What is up, folks? I am a bloody atheist. And as a bloody atheist, I thought, yeah, you know what? I should respond to some, arguments people have against atheists. And to start that off, I want to look at this show called Young Sheldon, which my cousins are big fans of. I'm sure it's a good show, but there is a scene in that show where the character Young Sheldon is giving an argument in favor of God. He's an atheist in the show, but he says it's logical to conclude that there's a creator. So let's watch that scene and I'll tell you my opinions right after. Cool, let's watch it.
Did you know that if gravity were slightly more powerful, the universe would collapse into a ball?
I did not.
Also, if gravity were slightly less powerful, the universe would fly apart and there'd be no stars or planets.
Where are you going with this, Sheldon?
It's just that gravity is precisely as strong as it needs to be. And if the ratio of the electromagnetic force to the strong force wasn't 1%, life wouldn't exist. What are the odds that would happen all by itself?
Why are you trying to convince me to believe in God? You don't believe in God.
I don't, but the precision of the universe at least makes it logical to conclude there's a creator.
Okay, so the argument was that the universe appears so finely tuned that it could only have been because there was someone who did the fine tuning. The problem with this argument is that whenever we see complexity, whenever we see anything complex, we have a tendency to think that there was someone behind that complexity. I've talked about this on a video on my main channel, scienceisdope, link in the description, where and I'll put a card up here, where I've talked about the evolutionary reason behind this. And because we have this tendency, when we see a finely tuned universe, we have a tendency to think that there was someone behind that fine tuning, a fine tuner, and even when there's no evidence for it, because that seems like a logical conclusion to our human brains, which don't really understand chance all that well. But the thing is, this fine tuning argument doesn't really rule out chance. Chance could still be a perfectly viable reason why things happen this way. Imagine if there are trillions of universes that could form, and they all have different values for the physical constants, but they can't sustain themselves if the constants are not a particular way. And our universe sustained itself because the constants work well with each other, and we are here to see it and experience it. So when we see this, we think, okay, someone made it this way. A similar argument would be, who put the earth at the perfect distance from the sun in the Goldilocks zone to make the temperature just right for liquid water to exist? Who did that? Someone had to have done that. That's what we tend to think, but we don't think about the trillions of planets all over the universe that are not in the Goldilocks zone, and the many millions of billions more that are in the Goldilocks zone of their star. Liquid water can exist there, life might exist there. Another example would be our skin. There's an ozone layer which prevents UV rays, minimizes UV rays that reach the surface. So we tend to think, hey, good thing the ozone layer is there, someone would have put it there to make sure we don't get skin cancer. The thing is, if there was no ozone layer, we probably wouldn't get skin cancer, because we would evolve in such a way that our skin would be more resilient to skin cancer. The same way, for this universe with these physical constants, we probably evolved in a way, or we probably came up in a way to adjust to those constants. So it's not that someone designed it for us, it's that we adapted to it. I think the more logical explanation to the fine tuning is chance, for sure, especially when we don't have evidence that for a creator who did all this. That's it. See you in the next one.